Hi, my name is Iris. I hope that you are doing very well. If you are new here, welcome. This channel is all about faith-based content. This past Sunday, I was talking to one of my cousins. Her name is Yasleen, but I call her Yazzie. And she just started talking about random stuff. She just started asking random questions, and then out of nowhere, she got to the topic of dentists, right? And then she's like, you know that the dentists are mean. And I'm like, what? I was like, Yazzie, they're not mean. And she's like, they are mean. And I was like, okay, why are they mean? And she's like, because they cause pain. I was like, okay, so you think that the dentists are mean because they cause pain? And she's like, yes. And she's like, and the tools that they use to clean her teeth, they look scary. She's like, even one of them even looks like a shovel. And I was very surprised by, by what she thought of dentists, right? And I know that little kids, they're scared of the dentist and stuff like that. Even some adults, like sometimes I dread going to the dentist because of the pain, right? That you know that comes with getting our teeth cleaned, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean that the dentist is mean. It just means that and that's what I was trying to explain to her, like that it doesn't mean that just because the tools that the dentists are using, to clean our teeth, that that makes them mean, just because they cause pain. And she was like just set on like, nope, they are mean because they cause pain. And and it got me to thinking, right? Like the we need the dentist, right, in order to keep our teeth healthy. um you know we need to have good oral hygiene, because if we don't, it can affect our heart, it can affect our ears, other parts of our body, right? Which is super surprising. You think that, okay, like, no, if I don't get my teeth cleaned, or if I'm not taking care of my teeth properly, like how I should, it's only just gonna affect, this area, right? But that's not true. It could affect different parts of the body. So that's why it's very important that when we go home, we clean our teeth, right? We brush and we floss every single day. But there are some things, like the tartar buildup, cavities, and gum disease, right? We cannot get rid of that on our own. We need the help of the dentist and also the tools that they use, right? Sometimes they might even have to pull out a needle, which does cause pain, right? And it made me think about our relationship with God, or how we view God, right? Like, sometimes when we go through stuff, because we're gonna go through stuff in life, right? Which is gonna be painful. There are gonna be things that we do not want to be going through, and that if we can avoid them, we will try to avoid them, right? um but exactly like the dentist has those special tools, to really keep our teeth clean. um it is through the help of the Holy Spirit that we can actually be transformed, right? Because we need to look like Jesus. We need to be reflecting who Jesus is, right? And how we're going to be able to look like Jesus is not going to be from the outside, right? I used to think that for like so many years. But then, my pastor explained it, and I also started to read the word. And that transformation is from the inside out, right? Which can be a painful process, because there's things that God will begin to reveal to us that He's like, this isn't from me, or I don't want you to take this path, I want you to take this path. Or these are certain idols in your life that I need to rip off from you. And and it's sometimes painful, right? But the reason God does it is because He wants our faith to increase, our trust to be fully on Him, right? Not on things, not on people, not on money, not on our jobs, not on our titles, like really, um on Jesus, right? Jesus needs to be our foundation in life in general, right? And I would like to read 2 Corinthians chapter 3 verses 17 through 18. And it says, now the Lord is a spirit, and where the spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. And we all who with unveiled faces contemplate the Lord's glory are being transformed into his image with ever increasing glory, which comes from the Lord who is the Spirit. So it clearly says that we are being transformed, right? And we are being transformed to look more like God. And if you look into the word, it tells you what the fruit of the Spirit is. And I also want to share that with you guys. And that's in Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 through 23. And it says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. So that's what we need to be reflecting, right? We need to be sons and daughters of God. We need to be reflecting joy and peace and love and self-control, and kindness, all of these things, right? But we cannot do it on our own, right? We need the help of the Holy Spirit, like how I mentioned earlier. Yeah, our teeth can be cleaned. We can clean our teeth at home, right? But I think it's like once a year, or sorry, every six months, we have to go and get our teeth professionally cleaned by a dentist, right? Because there's certain things that only they can remove with those special tools. And it's the same thing, with our relationship with God. We need the help of the Holy Spirit to begin to destroy, to demolish, to begin to rip out, things that are not helping us in our life. Because exactly like if we don't take care of our teeth, it can affect different parts of our body. It's the same thing. If we don't allow God to, do his work, work within us, right? Um, it can affect, it can affect our body, like physically, right? Because sometimes if we choose to not trust in God, what does that cause? It causes anxiety, it causes stress. And what does anxiety and stress cause? It causes, it can cause depression, it can cause um lack of sleep. Your stomach begins to hurt, right? I don't know, I've gone through that, like whenever I've been anxious, or um I've felt like pain in my stomach. Sometimes I didn't want to eat. Sometimes I couldn't sleep, like stuff like that, right? So it does affect you, and it can also affect others around you. Um, so it's very important that we let God do what he wants to do in our lives, right? Whether it's him leading us onto a new path, right? Maybe you knew how to do, or you used to walk this way, you used to have your plan like figured out, right? Your life, I'm so sorry, your life figured out. You had a set plan, and God's like, we're not going to go that route, we're going to go this route, and it's like a complete change in your life, right? And that requires you to trust God. Or maybe it's like we are God's temple, right? And God tells us that we have to take care of it. Maybe you were somebody who never exercised or who never ate right, and after reading the word, the Holy Spirit was like, hey, like, you can't be eating junk food as often, as much as you would like. You actually have to get up and start walking and exercising, because if you don't, it can, your health is at risk, right? And so that is basically what the Holy Spirit is trying to do, um he wants us to be able to bear good fruit. So we need to allow him to do whatever he wants to do in our lives, right? Even though it might be painful, even though it might be scary and stuff like that. And God isn't a mean God. God is a God that cares about every little part of your life, every little detail of your life. The things that we go through don't feel good. I'm gonna be honest. Um, but God is a good God, and God is a God that truly cares, And just like the dentist that causes pain, with the tools when they clean our teeth, like, the dentists aren't mean. They're just doing their job, and it's for our own good. And it's the same thing with God. God is working in us, right? And he's working through us. And and he still remains good. He still remains faithful, even though sometimes we don't, right? Even though sometimes we fail God, like God never changes. So that is it for today's video. I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.